Welcome in the most electric podcast in sports betting entertainment. My name is Tanner Kern. I'm a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. In this right here, this is G Money Grant Mitchell. His ROI is 250%, and you can't teach that. Bada boom, man of the people in the room. How you doing? Welcome into Ride the Line, Grant. It's a great day. It's a great Monday. Most people are sleeping right now. We're up getting after it, looking for sports picks to win people money.
Carpe diem, Tanner. Carpe diem. Seize the day. I don't know what the Latin translation for seize the week is, but seize the week. Yes, it's the Monday. Maybe you have the Monday scaries instead of the Sunday scaries, but this isn't the start of a long, dreadful week. This is the start of a new opportunity. But for me and Tanner, it's going to be a start of the same opportunity because we've been winning you guys picks consistently on this channel. And I tell you damn what, we are here to do it again starting today. Get the week started off right.
I'll say this. You got one MLB slate for the rest of your goddamn lives. Great moments are born from great opportunity. This is a very mid MLB slate, but you got one slate for the rest of your lives. And how are you going to take advantage of it today? Are you going to be a winner or are you going to be a loser? Because you wake up and get to decide that. So if you think you're a loser waking up this morning, get off the show. We don't want you. We want the winners who are going to smash the subscribe button, tail the picks, win the money, and let's have a day. So subscribe.
Yep, let's have a day. Sorry for interrupting you, Tanner. I was just going to give a special shout out to all of the viewers recently. You guys have been killing it with the engagement. We see the new subscribers. We see the comments. We absolutely love and appreciate every single one of you. So if you guys are just lurking in the backgrounds, you're watching from the shadows, don't be shy. Leave us some comments. Let us know if you like the picks. If you don't like them, you just want to talk to us. We are always responding to you guys. Like Tanner said, hit that subscribe button. We're on here multiple times every week, giving out our favorite picks. And yeah, Tanner, the people don't want the picks. The people need the picks. Let's stop keeping them waiting. Let's go ahead and jump into it.
Come join the community. Smash the subscribe. I'm so fired up right now. I can't even pronounce subscribe. Smash the subscribe button. Let's have a day. Join the community and get the picks. And here's the first pick of the day, Grant. This is an epic pick, my proper grammar, an epic pick. The Atlanta Braves on the run line. Anytime, this is my new rule. Anytime I can take the Atlanta Braves on the run line for a decent price, I'm going to take them because they are so powerful. I literally watched the Brew Crew this weekend get lead after lead after lead on the Atlanta Braves, and then the Braves just absolutely respond with home run after home run after home run. I think they covered in every single game against the Brewers this weekend, and they were definitely down at multiple moments in each game. So the Braves on the run line is definitely an MLB hack. Charlie Morton, 10-8, 3.57, 1.42 whip. It doesn't matter what his whip is in this spot. The only thing that matters is the Atlanta Braves offense and how they're going to dominate Griffin Canning today. 6-4 with a 4.46 ERA and a 1.24 whip. You look at the Atlanta Braves, they're hitting 270 as a team. That is absolutely nuts. They've scored 583 runs, which is about 60 more than the Angels. They've hit 36 more home runs. Their OBP is better. Their team ERA is 0.5 lower. This is a slam dunk home run. Take the Braves on the run line, even though they're at home and not guaranteed as many at-bats. They don't need as many at-bats in this spot. They only need 8 to win this game by 2 runs.
I developed this same rule. I implemented this same rule maybe about 2 months ago. Took a little hiatus from it right around the All-Star break because they were slumping just a little bit. But when a team has been playing as excellently as the Braves have throughout this course of the season, you can certainly overlook that. They seem to be back to their utterly dominant ways. And to your point, if you can get them on the run line for a fair price, it's never a bad pick. Maybe it's not your favorite pick of the day, but it's never a bad pick.
No, slam dunk home run, Braves on the run line. Take it because they are so powerful. It's insane. Like I was telling Grant the other day, yesterday I went to the casino, bet some WNBA money line, no big deal, plus 610, Minnesota Lynx, no big deal. But I was watching this game from the sports book, the Braves game. I came out as 4-4. The Braves are minus 200, and their run line was plus money, and they end up winning by 2 runs. It was like the 7th inning at that point. So they're that good. They find a way to win, and they find a way to win by 2. They're for the bettors of America.
Yeah, they are just utterly amazing. And another team that has been utterly amazing for a majority of the season took a couple of weeks off just collecting their paycheck, but they're back, and they're going to be back today. It's the Tampa Bay Rays money line versus the New York Yankees. This is my first pick of this wonderful Monday card, or the mid-Monday card as you call it. But you know what? It's wonderful to me because if we win some money, it's always going to be wonderful. On the mound in this one, it's going to be Domingo Germán for the Yankees. Tanner, a guy we love to pick on because he had a perfect game and doesn't really seem to matter to his stats. He's still got a 4.77 ERA, losing record 5-7. His 109 whip isn't terrible, but he just hasn't been that good lately. In 5 of his last 7 starts, he's given up 3+ earned runs. He's got a 7.12 ERA during that stretch, and he's also given up 2.5 home runs per 9, again, during those 7 games, which is very bad. He's going against Tyler Glasnow of the Rays, who's been really good this year. 4-3, 3.36 ERA, 1.13 whip. He's only given up, I just said Germán's given up 3+ in 5 of his last 7. Glasnow's only given up 3+ once this entire season. Once in his last, 11 starts this season. Sorry, I'm messed up. Jumbled up my notes there. 3+ earned runs 1 time so far. So he's been really good. Really good this season. The Rays, their offense completely abandoned them going into the All-Star break and then also coming out of it for a little bit, but they seem to be finding their footing again. They've scored 4+ in 4 of the last 5. The Yankees, I believe they've only scored 4+ once in their last 5. It's either once or twice max, but it hasn't been as many. Rays are the much more consistent team, and the Rays still, at this point in the season, have the most home runs per at bat in the American League. Shout out to our colleague, Greg Peterson, G-Unit on Twitter for that wonderful nugget there. The Rays also have the best bullpen ERA in the American League over the last couple of months. We think of the Yankees as having the bullpen as a strength. And while they are good, the Rays are certainly no slouches either. So you know what? I'm going to take the Rays money line here for my first pick.
I'll say this. I could have summed your entire speech up into a couple words. You ready for this?
Okay, what is it?
The Yankees, they're an absolute poverty franchise. That's what the Yankees are, a poverty franchise. I bet on the New York Yankees on Friday. I say, Garrett
I did
Cole
too, by the way.
Yeah, and it was a mistake because they're a poverty franchise. Aaron Judge back. Everyone's going nuts. Garrett Cole's on the mound. Garrett Cole's going to throw a gem. Grayson Rodriguez blows for the Baltimore Orioles. And you know what? Grant? They didn't score a damn run. Aaron Judge comes back, and you still can't score. I'm not saying Judge was going to hit the ball, but because it's coming off the injury, but I thought he would light a spark under this offense.
But Judge did his part. He had 3 walks. Like, he had that level of plate discipline after 2 months off. That's impressive. To get on base 3 times in your return from a 2-month injury is really impressive. Garrett Cole, to your point, he went 7, I think, right? It was 7 or 8. Didn't allow a single run. You get to the 9th inning against Grayson Rodriguez without allowing a run. You should have at least scored at that point. It was a catastrophe. As soon as they went to the bottom of the 9th, I said the Orioles are winning it here. The Yankees tempted fate. It should never have gotten to this point. And of course, Santander hits the walk-off.
Grayson Rodriguez has a 7 ERA, I think, or like a 6.7 ERA. It's embarrassing.
I think it was like a 6.9 going into that game. So obviously, it's better now. It's a lot better now. Shout out to Grayson Rodriguez for looking good, but that's unacceptable from the Yankees.
Poverty franchise. Absolute poverty. Yankees fans, you're poverty. Be better. All right. Reds versus Cubs here. We'll get this shit in the comments. 28 rings, or 27 rings, or the hell. All right. Reds versus Cubs here. Andrew Abbott's on the mound for the Reds versus Marcus Stroman for the Cubs. Grant, I know you don't like this pick. I already know you don't like it. I don't care if you don't like it because the Cubbies are hot right now. Even though they're coming off a loss, they won, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games in a row. And then they won 8, 9, 10 of their 11 before Sunday. So 10 of their past 12. So they're feeling it right now. They're playing really good baseball, and that's because their offense. Marcus Stroman has been horrendous in his past 2 starts. He has an 18.9 ERA in the past 7 days for playing 1 start. He got lit up by the White Sox. He got lit up by the Cardinals. He actually pitched well against Boston, though, a few starts before that. So the past 2 starts have been very shaky for Marcus Stroman. With that being said, though, this Cubs offense is hitting the baseball very well. They're above 500. They're 53-52. They have a chance of winning the NL Central, right? So they're 4 games back in the NL Central to Cincinnati. This is a critical series for them. Hungry dogs run faster. The Cubs are the hungry dogs in the spot. I don't care if they're favored. They have very similar offensive numbers to the Cincinnati Reds, and I think this game's going to come down to which team is hotter. That is the Cubs.
I don't love this pick, like Tanner said. I think Andrew Abbott is one of the best, if not the best, really young pitchers in the league. I mean, there's a lot of young guys out there. I shouldn't say the best, but he's certainly up there. He's been shoving this entire year, 1.90 ERA, 0.96 whip. Tanner and I don't usually strongly disagree with one another, but I'm personally betting the Reds money line in this one. I think Ellie De La Cruz just had a 4-hit game the last time we saw him. Abbott has given up 2 earned runs or fewer in 5 of his last 6 starts. Stroman has an 8 ERA this month. I just don't like the direction the Cubs are trending. I understand that coming out of the All-Star break, they've scored more runs than every team in the league. But over the last 3 games, they've only scored 8 runs. I think they're starting to cool off just a little bit, whereas the Reds, they are finding ways to win games after that initial slump coming out of the All-Star break. So I'm on the Reds personally in this one.
Grant, look who Andrew Abbott's pitched again. 4 of his starts are against the Milwaukee Brewers, who absolutely blow on offense. The San Francisco Giants are not that great of an offensive team. They hit a lot of home runs. The Padres are not that good of an offensive team. Orioles, I'll give them that one. The Rockies, the Houston Astros, who aren't hitting that well, and the Cardinals are a decent one. But in his past 5 starts, he's faced the Brewers 3 times. Welcome.
Okay,
welcome
the season as a whole, his ERA is still under 2. Look at Stroman. He just gave up 7 earned runs to the White Sox. Then it was 4 to the Cardinals, 4 to the Brewers, who you just were talking about aren't that good. 4 and 5. 5 to the Guardians. Like that's not good. That's not impressive.
Stroman's ready to go. He's locked in tonight. Told me he's ready to go.
You know what, Tanner? Reds money line. I'll bet you personally. I'll bet you 1-to-1. We'll get plus 100 for each money line.
No, you can't do plus 100 for each money line. I'll take minus 126. I believe in my team. He had a 276 coming into the month. And
wait. So hold it. Back up. You're just going to give me plus 110 here for no reason?
Yeah, because I believe in my team. That's why.
There's one thing for belief. There's one thing for just giving away money.
He had a 276 coming in the month. Yeah, he's got worse as the season goes on. But the month of July was the best for him. He's going to get back to that. He's going to pitch like he pitched against the Red Sox. I'm not worried, Grant.
All right, well, if you're not worried, then I'm not worried. I'm going to go with my second pick here now. I'm going to take the Astros, the Houston Astros, minus 1.5 versus the Cleveland Guardians. And I'm taking the Astros for a very big reason here. The fact is that Noah Syndergaard is getting the start for the Guardians here. And you know what? LA didn't want him. So, Tanner, as you love to say, they shipped his ass out of there because he wasn't performing. He wasn't living up to his job. He's 1-4 with a 7.16 ERA and a 1.45 whip this season. That is either very bad or just flat out horrendous, depending on how you want to put it. He's going against JP France, who's 6-3 with a 2.87 ERA and a 1.22 whip. Syndergaard in his last 3 starts, 6 earned runs, 5 earned runs, 6 earned runs. Or as you flip it over, you look at France, he's got a 2.22 this month, had a 2.43 last month. Has not had a single game where he's given up more than 3 earned runs during that stretch. So he's been consistently holding the opponents at bay. The Astros are 3rd in scoring coming out of the All-Star break. The Guardians are 11th. And what makes that really impressive is the Astros have played 2 fewer games than the Guardians have. So they are significantly outscoring them. They also outrank them in batting average, OBP, OPS, slugging, home runs, all the major offensive numbers. Neither team has been trending a particular way against the spread lately, but I do think the Astros are a better team. And I've been complimentary of the Guardians so far, but with Syndergaard on the mound and also the Astros getting some impressive results lately, granted, they did just lose 8-2 to the Rays, but they had some very nice wins before that. They won the series against the Rangers. That was big for the playoff picture. And then also just coming out of the bullpen, I think the Astros, they can hold their own against the Guardians. The Guardians have a dominant bullpen, which is weird to say, but the Astros is pretty good too. So, yep, Houston Astros minus 1.5. That's my pick.
The Guardians aren't good. Like that's what it comes down to. They're not a good team. Not at all.
I think they're better than people think. I think they're like, I don't know. What is their record? Are they above 500 right now? They're 53-53. Yeah, 53-53. I would say that's fair. I would say maybe they're just slightly better than that. I don't think they're terrible.
Doesn't count in the Central. 500 in the Central is like a friggin' 250 in the American League East.
That's fair. That is fair. I can't argue with that.
You gave the Red Sox, or the Yankees even. I mean, they're the last two, but they're better. The Red Sox and Yankees are better in the American League East than the Central leading Minnesota Twins.
Did the Twins lose last night?
I'm not sure.
Because I hold on, I gotta check. I gotta look this up.
They did 2-1.
So they got swept by the Royals.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a good division. Grant, I got another stat for you.
What is it?
The Mariners, the 4th place American League West Mariners, are 54-51.
So they'd be winning the Central too?
They're better than the Minnesota Twins. They would lead the American League Central.
Yikes. That's a yikes. The Mariners are another team that's not bad either, by the way. People don't talk about the Mariners. The Mariners are decent.
And you know what, though? The Mariners are going to get beat by the Boston Red Sox tonight. Give me the Red Sox plus money line. Keep doubting Boston. Just keep doubting them. They had a rough series against the San Francisco Giants, but they didn't hit early. They waited too late to hit, and then they got beat by walk-offs. But Nick Pavetta's on the mound. He's getting back on the mound as a starter tonight, and he's going to deliver 7-5, 4.1 ERA, 1.17 WHIP. That's playoff Pavetta for you. 81 innings, 61 hits. He's been really good this season, which is crazy to think. 100 strikeouts in 81 innings. The walks have been killer for Nick Pavetta. He is going to probably give up a few runs tonight, but I do trust him in this spot against George Kirby, who's been very similar to him, 9-8 with 3.49 ERA and a WHIP right around 1, 21 hits allowed in 123 innings. The best part about George Kirby's game, he does not walk batters, only 12 walks in those 123 innings. So the Red Sox can't rely on the walks. They're going to need to hit the baseball tonight. But in the 3 games this season between the Red Sox and the Mariners won the first one 10-1, but then the Red Sox bounced back with a 9-4 win and a 12-3 win. So they have been scoring in this series. The underdog-wise is the Red Sox as underdogs 35-21 on the season right there, plus money 35-21. They're very, very profitable. And then offensively, they're a better offensive team. They've scored 50 more runs than the Mariners this season. Their OBP is 20 points higher. Seattle has been hot as of late, had a good series against the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Twins, but the Red Sox still, they'd find a way to get back on track. I think they're going to do that tonight.
I'm all over the Red Sox money line tonight. I think this is a wonderful pick. I think it's your best pick by far. I'm going to be hammering this one just to give a little more oomph here. Pavetta, yes, he has a 4.11 ERA for the year, but he's got a 1.29 this month. He had a 2.53 last month, and he's been bouncing back and forth between bullpen, starting, extended innings. If you just look at his last 5 outings where he's gone 3 or more innings, I believe the top end of that was 6, but his last 5 starts with 3+ innings pitched. He has a 1.72 ERA, so he's been getting the job done lately, even when he's not just coming out in 1 inning of relief. Kirby, very good young pitcher, elite strikeout ability on top of his ability to limit the amount of walks, but he's got a 4.25 ERA this month. He had 1 game where he gave up 5 earned runs, another where he gave up 6. Boston Red Sox score a lot of runs. They score more than the Mariners, and like I was saying with one of my earlier picks, they've done it in fewer games as well. So I think this Red Sox money line might be my favorite play of the day. I left it for you because you called dibs, but I do love this pick.
Plus money. I mean, all you got to see is their record as an underdog right now. It's crazy. When their record as underdog is as good as it is and they're plus money, take them.
Yep, absolutely. That's Tanner's final pick. My final pick will be the Colorado Rockies plus 1.5. To get the Rockies for plus 1.5 at plus 120 against the Padres, that's a lot of value there, and it's too much for me to turn down. On the mound in this one, it's going to be Seth Lugo for the Padres, who's got a 3.52 ERA and a 1.20 WHIP. Going against Austin Gomber, Tanner, I feel like I've become the full-time Austin Gomber defender. He's got a 5.83 ERA and a 1.44 WHIP. Numbers aren't good, but granted, he plays at elevation, so you expect them to be higher. Here's the thing. Austin Gomber, over his last 6 starts, has a 3 flat ERA. And again, that's at elevation. He's been getting the job done. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Lugo has similar numbers during that stretch, but they are a little bit worse. And obviously, he doesn't play at altitude. He plays in San Diego, which I think is like right at sea level. The Rockies also play much better at home. They're 24-28 at home. The Padres are 23-29 on the road. So if the Rockies only played at home and the Padres only played on the road, the Rockies would be a better team than them according to record. Also, if you look at their scoring coming out of the All-Star break, the Rockies scored just about half run less per game than the Padres do. Considering this is plus 1.5, that puts us in a good spot. Rockies are 7-2 against the spread in their last 9 games. And also, Ha-Seong Kim, who leads the National League in wins above replacement, surprisingly. It's kind of funny, but yeah, he does lead the NL in wins above replacement. He's day-to-day. He's got a banged-up shoulder. He might not play. If he doesn't, that will be a big blow to the Padres lineup because it's very thin to begin with, and if you lose one of your valuable contributors, that's going to hurt you even more. So Rockies plus 1.5. I love this pick.
I like it too. And you know what you could do? If you want to be a little safer, you could actually tease it up to 2.5 or minus 140 here, which is still pretty good value. You're getting two run protection for minus 140. So I like that pick. Padres aren't that good. That's what it comes down to.
No, the Padres are very much. I feel like you know what? You know who I would group the Padres with? I would group them with the Blue Jays, of like the team that can just show up and dominate one day and then just completely disappear. Take the day off the next day. Look at them to be right about 500. That's who I would group them with.
That's disrespectful to Blue Jays, Grant. Blue Jays are. I agree. I get the concept. I get what you're saying, but the Blue Jays are a much better team than the Padres.
The Blue Jays are better than the Padres, yes, absolutely. But it's that they have that effect. Like I was saying, they can be awesome one day and horrendous the next day.
They're the teams that you expect to win the division and then just don't.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, Grant. Well, that was Ride the Line. That was an epic version of Ride the Line. We're going to see a lot of things there. We're going to see the Red Sox win. We're going to see Marcus Stroman absolutely get back on track. And then what else are we going to see? We're going to see a little Braves run line action today.
Sounds good to me. Of course, Rockies as well. Who do I even pick? I got the Rockies, I got the Astros, and I got the Rays. Those are my teams that I'll be rooting for. And guys, leave a comment. Let us know which teams you are going to be rooting for, but only do that after you have subscribed to the channel. Look, Tanner and I have got a bunch of exciting content coming up, especially with the NFL season fast approaching. You guys, we don't want to spoil anything, but if you hit that subscribe button, you will be locked in and you will be able to witness it firsthand when the time comes.
Yes, sir. We'll see you next time for another episode of Ride the Line. Keep riding.